Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. And today is my birthday. Well, actually, okay, let me get this straight. Today is not my birthday, the day that I'm filming this video, but the day that this video comes out is going to be my birthday. And I really wanted to film a video to post on my birthday, but then I was like, how can I find a creative idea to film a video on? And eventually I came up with a few ideas, but I wouldn't say that I'm satisfied like completely, because it's like 50-50, let's say. So, but then I was like, okay, whatever, let's just film that video, and there might be people who really need this video still, despite the fact that I didn't completely like the idea, but the fact that I am very critical of myself and my works and my ideas is always a reality. So that might be a really cool idea. So it just might be the fact that I'm really critical of myself. So not to talk about all of it for a long time, let me tell you the whole idea of this video. So I decided to keep the theme as a birthday theme, the whole theme of the video, but I decided to kind of separate this video into two parts. And the first part would be some ideas that you could take for yourselves and use them to be able to kind of find different ways of celebrating somebody's birthday or wishing them a happy birthday in a creative way, and also using writing, because this channel and the whole account that I have is dedicated to writing. So using writing to be able to celebrate somebody's birthday and wish them a beautiful happy birthday. That's one. And the second part of this video is going to be kind of me reflecting on the whole year of my life, from 21 to 22 and from 22 to 23, and kind of understanding what I would love to happen until my next birthday. And I'm gonna kind of give you more details on that a little later. I don't want to give out too much, but let's just get into the first part of this video, which is some ideas. So it's really hard. I don't know about you, but for me, it's really hard to wish somebody a birthday, especially the close ones, because I want to do that in a creative way every time, but then I kind of fail, because even this time when I wanted to share some beautiful, cute, interesting ideas with you guys, I was in a creative block. I was like, okay, so this has been done millions of times, and the other thing has been done like hundreds of times. And so I just kind of took the ideas that I really like and decided to share those with you, and the ones that I either have already tried or I'm planning to try in the future as well, right? So it's really hard, because trying to be creative in the world where everybody tries to be creative is really hard. And that's why I decided to just kind of calm myself down and not pressure myself a lot to be creative and to be, unique and stuff, because no matter what you do, you can be unique because you put a lot of thought and emotion in it. So I'm gonna talk about that a little bit as well. So the first thing that I would suggest is either having a video about that or just writing it on a piece of paper, the reasons why you are happy that that person was born. So recently at our company, we decided to film that kind of a video for one of our C-level representatives. So we did that kind of a video, and I thought that the idea was pretty cool, because you understand why that specific person is happy that you were born. So I would love to hear that. So like, for example, my friends or somebody from the people close to me are like, oh, I'm happy that you were born because you're this, you're that, and stuff like that. And I think that's, first of all, it gives you the idea that you are special to that person, and again, you are appreciated and admired, and you understand that that person is literally happy that you were born, because if not, the world would be, I don't know, black and white. The world what is happening wouldn't be interesting and stuff. That's one. The second idea would be writing a letter to that person, and letting them know what you love about them. And this is a little bit stylistically, it's a little similar to the previous one, but at the same time, it's a little different as well. Because I don't know, I was always interested to know what that specific person loves about me. It's really, really interesting to know because usually when people fall for you, or when people really like you, they when confessing their feelings to you, they're like, yeah, I like you because you're this and that and this and that, right? Which makes you think about all of those things. But usually when you're getting like those birthday wishes, I personally like to know what that person loves about me. What is it that makes me special for that person, right? And this again, this is a little similar to the previous one, but at the same time it's a little different because you kind of talk about your feelings, you go really deep into your heart, and you're like, I love you because with you I can be like this. For example, I usually tell my best friend whenever I'm kind of confessing my love to her, I'm like, actually I love you because with you I don't have to explain myself. And that says a lot of things, because usually when you just get into some kind of a relationship, doesn't matter whether it's friendship or just being colleagues with somebody, or even did I say friendship or did I say the loved one? Anyway, just romantically or just friendship, or just professional relationship, you at the beginning you usually have to explain yourself, be that the jokes or anything that you say, because that person doesn't really know you and you have to justify whatever you just said. Sometimes I like so there's this thing, sometimes I like to be a little sarcastic and a little bit mean when I'm joking with the closest people of mine. That is exceptionally with the closest people of mine, and they know that I don't really mean that, so I'm usually not mean. Usually I'm trying to be as kind and as possible and as sensitive as possible. But sometimes I just realize that those jokes are really funny and I just can't keep that inside, and I have to tell them about that. So in case that is a new relationship, you have to kind of explain yourself and say, actually I don't mean it, this is a joke, and which kind of ruins the whole joke thing. So with that being said, those are the things that you can include in that letter, saying, I love you because you make me feel special. I love you because you understand me without having the need, kind of without pressuring me into being somebody else, or without pressuring me into constantly justifying myself and my actions and blah, blah, and blah. So that's the second one. The third one would be writing an acrostic poem. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it's having the word written vertically. And for example, my name is Laura, and you're taking Laura, Lora, right? So vertically, and then you're writing those lines horizontally with every letter of my name. And again, I feel that's special too, because you're literally using that person's name and you're making that poem about them. So like, the thing, like, if you didn't notice, this poem was about you. So yeah, that's another thing. Another idea is writing a list of things why life wouldn't be the same without that person. And again, I feel like birthdays are usually all about making that person feel special and needed and appreciated. So this is one of the ways that you can make that person feel special and needed in this world. Why would this world need you? You include all of those reasons, or some of them. That's up to you. But you can write that because that person is so kind that without them, kindness wouldn't be in this world. You can write that person has helped you in your difficult times, and without them, you wouldn't be able to go through all of those bad and sad situations of your lives. And it depends on what you want to that letter to be about, because sometimes you're going into a really positive direction. Sometimes it's like the sad things, you've helped me when I've had when I was really deep down in that kind of a situation, in a mentally really challenging place, and then you lifted me up, all those things. Oh yeah, another thing which I think is really cute and sweet is sending them a poem, or maybe even a short story that reminds you of them. I've been told that too a few times, not on my birthday, but there have been times where when people told me that you remind me of this character, you remind me of her and stuff, and it was always so interesting to see how people see you from the side and what those people associate you with. So that's another interesting thing too, like, reading this poem reminds me of you. So I wanted to wish you a happy birthday and just send you this poem so that you know that this poem for me is about you. Again, sweet, right? Another thing would be changing the words of a song and dedicate that song to a person. In the past, I've done that once. There was a Korean song. It wasn't a K-pop song though. It was a slow song. It was a cover done by Ailey. So it was a really, really emotional song, and I changed the lyrics into the lyrics that I would want that song to have and dedicated it to my mom on her birthday. So I think, again, that's another way of making that person feel special. Because, okay, let's get this straight. I don't really know how to write music. I know how to write lyrics. Well, I'd like to think I do. But I am nowhere near knowing how to compose music. So I need melodies, right? So I'm taking that melody, and obviously I'm not plagiarizing it or anything. I'm saying that the music is from this song or that song, or sometimes the music is really, really popular and you can't even lie and say that you are the one who composed it. So you're just taking that music, that melody, and then changing the words. And you can even, I actually sang it, not on the birthday, but I kind of recorded it, because you can always find the karaoke versions, right? And then I recorded it, and then I just sent it to her. And so the last thing would be just, I think that kind of accumulates all of the things that I just said, is having a really thoughtful message. Meaning, sometimes I feel like there are so many people that are taking some wishes and lines and everything and sentences from the internet, and they're sending those lines to you, and you obviously understand that that person did the minimal work, right? So they just took it from the internet and then they posted it or just sent it to you, which is, again, that's sweet because that person paid some attention to you, but still that doesn't really feel that person just put thoughts and emotion in it. And sometimes people are telling me, not everybody can write poems, not everybody can write songs, not everybody can express their own feelings. I do know that, and I agree with that, but partly because I feel like sometimes people just don't let themselves speak their minds. If you think that you can't write, I don't think that's true. I believe that everybody is able to express their feelings in a writing form. Sorry. I believe that if you sit down and think of that person and think of why they are special, why the world wouldn't be the same without them, why you really wish to spend another birthday, their next birthday again with them by their side, think about all of those things, and you don't have to write in a complicated and a poetic manner. No, those can be the simplest, undercomplicated lines that will have your emotions, your thoughts, and that will be visible. Trust me, that is always visible when somebody has put in some work into the message. And you see that, reminding them of why, I don't know, there was a really weird sound outside. I don't know whether you heard it or not. So reminding them of your memories, reminding them of how you guys met, reminding them of some specific moments in your lives when it was special to you, but they didn't notice that. They don't remember that because it meant more to you than to them. For example, like, let's say, right? So that person smiled to you on that day, right? And you were in a really sad place, and that smile made you smile, which stuck in your memory, but it wasn't something really, really, let's say, special for that person, right? And you're reminding them, saying that there was this day when you did this and that. So I feel like accumulating those precious moments and words and feelings and putting them into a message would really mean a lot to that person, to the person you're wishing a happy birthday to. So and the second part of the video is what I would love to reach by the time that I'm 24. So today, not today, but the day I'm posting this video, I am turning 23. And so the idea of the second part is I was thinking of what I would love to have reached by the time I'm 24. But in terms of writing, in terms of my account, so just the writing part, okay? I would love to have a bigger family on Instagram, and not because I'm looking at the numbers on Instagram, like having 200,000 followers or anything. It's not that, but I feel really happy seeing you guys engage with all of my posts, talking to me about them, discussing. And the more you are, the more interpretations I'm seeing, the more understanding I'm seeing, and it makes me feel really happy, because I want some of the messages, especially I want those messages to be read and heard by a bigger audience than this. But I just want to let you know that I'm really grateful and really happy and touched by the fact that I have you guys, and I appreciate all of you, and I think you can see that from the way that I'm engaging with you. I usually try to answer every text that I'm getting, like direct messages, but if sometimes I'm taking more time to answer it, just know that there's so many texts that I'm trying to get to each and every person, so that it doesn't break their heart, and so that they don't think that I'm a celebrity or something who doesn't answer messages, because that's not true. The second one would be, I would really, really love to have published at least one book by the time I'm 24, because I keep thinking that I want to do that I have to do it, but just sometimes I don't get the motivation and the time to do it, and I feel that I would love some help, but at the same time I'm not even asking anybody for help. Yeah, I'm crazy. And I would love to have finished at least one of the other books of mine. So I would love to have published one poetry book, and then I have other books. One is really personal, and the other one is the second book in the series of Bad Boy's Heart, like stealing the bad boy's heart, and the second one is stealing the bad girl's heart. So I would love to have finished the second book as well, but let's see, like, fingers crossed. As we're thinking that it's my birthday, I can wish for the impossible, okay? So I would love to have that too, and I would love to continue making this type of videos, like creative ones and helpful ones, like tips and tricks or interesting facts or interesting ways of taking writing and doing something. And I would love to come up with new ideas to kind of turn my channel into a really big platform where we guys can talk about writing in all the possible ways and all the possible use cases. Let me put it that way. I would also love to have an editing internship by the time that I'm 24, to be able to kind of be a little closer to my dream, which is becoming a writer. Although my professor said that I'm already a writer, which makes me really happy, and I keep reminding myself of that. And whenever I'm like, no, I'm not a writer, and then my professor's words are coming back to me, and I'm like, okay, let me think that I'm a writer and just be happy. And the last one, I really had a hard time deciding whether I want to tell you guys about this or not. Because I want this to be a surprise, but at the same time, I just want to be honest with you and let you know what I would really love to have had and by the time that I'm 24. Okay. So I was thinking of having a swag with my quotes on it. T-shirts, maybe even phone cases, maybe even stickers as well. Still thinking of what that could be, but I would really love to have done that by the time that I'm 24. I think I am going to do that as soon as possible because I'm really inspired by that. But then at the same time, I'm like, would people even wear it? Would people want to have it? So please comment below whether you would wear it, you would want to have it, or like what would be interesting for you to have. Something that has my quote on it. And yeah, I had to have a candle here to be able to make all of those wishes and just do a. But just imagine that I did. This is a small imaginary cake that I have, and then with a candle on it. I should have done that. See, I just came up with the idea, and before that I was just in a creative block. But just imagine that I have an imaginary cake and an imaginary candle. So I want all of those wishes to come true. Happy birthday to me once again. And I guess this is it for the video. Please comment below. I would be interested to listen to your opinions on my wishes and also on the ways that you can wish a happy birthday to somebody using writing. I would be really happy to know what you think about those. And have a beautiful day full of love, understanding, support, inspiration, and motivation. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being with me when I was 22. And thank you so much if you stick with me when I am 23. Bye. Mwah.